On a Sunday, fun day, fun day. I am your hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil, first child of God, your messenger of God. I am the Lilith reincarnated on a Sunday. Forgive me, I'm here digging out some cards here. In order to keep up with me, you would have to catch what I just posted in my community page. Oh yeah, I did a video this morning too, talking shit. I'm sure that'll come back up too. Blech, bring it back. Please leave it alone. Anyways, I had just posted a video not too long ago about the Sigma woman and in silence, right? There we go. That's what I was looking for. I have like 50 cards out right now. I was trying to get the butterflies. Couple other things here. I'm trying to find the Lumerians. Always the Lumerians. Anyways, I had posted this video about it, and I want to start with that video because that video says everything that we've been saying in all of our other videos. We've been talking about the Dark Night of the Soul, the Ascension. Last night we read about it in the intro to Jewish mysticism. I found them. Okay, so what am I looking at here? Hold on. They're just got me digging for shit. So this video talks about it, and they don't use it in a fully spiritual term, saying that it came from some type of religion or something like that. They just talk about the whole, awakening process and how you're just, you're molded in the silence. And I don't know where I was in it, but it starts talking about all the loss. If you go back to Saturday's video, I tell you, we do the intro to the Dark Night of the Soul, and all it was I was just trying to figure some shit out, which was me. And through the exploration of me, I ended up doing all of this, ancient wisdom teaching rites and shit that's spread out across, I don't know if we want to do those, maybe. Okay, all this crazy shit. I was just trying to figure out me and being guided to do such. So this video really describes how you just sever everything, lose everything, it no longer aligns with you, and blah, 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 blah. It's so wonderful, right? But then you'll get in these comments, and I'm sure there's a bunch of these bitches saying that they're that woman, and I doubt it, because they would be just as spiritually awoken as me. On a path of divinity, bro. Completely a soul and having a human experience, dude. Is exactly what they describe, and all of these describe. And everybody wants to, subscribe to the bullshit. But nobody's ever... I'm just going to go with what's on my table. I got too much already. Nobody's actually... I can't see any proof of life. That's just really what it is. It's like, yeah, okay, here's another wonderful video. It describes, an unbelievable soul like myself. And everybody trying to claim that that's their life. I would love to see this. In the essence, again, it's just another video of it says again, over and over, all of them say it. You have to die to the ego, let go of everything that's no longer serving you, break free, really lose your identity to discover who you really are under this false mask. It is said in everywhere I go. So, with that being said, I'm already blowing fire. Give me a second. Okay, I need this. Are we really doing all of these? This is intense. And then on top of it, I have we've got at least 5 religions that want to speak. We've got Christianity. We're still trying to learn, I don't know, what do Jews believe? Okay, we've got Krishna. We've got Buddha. I've got all of these ascending masters to teach you all the same shit. Plus, I've got all my oracle cards to teach you all the same shit. Plus, I'm constantly walking in the shit and then sharing the shit. It's like, this is some bullshit. I get overwhelmed with the bullshit. It's like everybody wants to hear the good message, but nobody walks in the message. What am I missing? God, I don't want to sit here. Oh, okay. It's in front of me. Okay, did I get everything gone? I don't want to dig anymore. Forgive me. It's hot outside. We'll blame it on the heat outside. I have a lot to do, and it's really what it is Groundhog's Day, bro. It's Groundhog's Day around here. All the time. Right mode. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. It's the same old message. I just captivate you with bringing it out of a different book or card. You know what I mean? How many ways from Sunday will you have to hear this before you actually take this journey to discover yourself and let go of yourself? I don't know, people, but I hope one of you will fucking do this. God. In essence, it's like, it comes to the point of, like, you know, having some fruit to bear from all your hard work, other than yourself. I am a fruity-licious bitch, dude. But what about the rest of you? The whole point got me here was to get you there. I can do this all day. But what about you? God who gives you strength every day, but hopefully on a Sunday, this will make more sense to you. I cannot say it so many, I mean, I will have to say it for at least the next 35 years. It's repetitive. It's what's asked of you guys. You know what I mean? With that being said, I'm not going to pull out their teachings. I have so many biblical books, you know what I mean, that I'm supposed to pull out on you. But again, I want to go have some fun with my family and eat some meals and stuff, get some sun, and, you know, go to the lake. But I want to get to work. But again, I want my work to mean something, because it's very meaningful, and it's from all of the ascending masters. You know, my purpose is to deliver the messages, but I want the messages to be heard. You know, I really do. And it's not because of me, it's because of you. If we had more souls and less humans, we can, you know, have more of a soul experience instead of this weak-ass human experience out here, bro. Shit is weak. Every day of the week. Monday, Tuesday. Anyways, hey, I am the Lilith reincarnated. I'm here as a light worker. From the dark, I'm here to get you out of the dark and into the light, but the only way to get you out is to take you deeper into your darkness and, you know, start facing fears of losing shit. You have to lose yourself to find yourself. It's just, there's no other way. With that being said, I would feel like I could just turn off the video now. I could just say that every day, but they need, you know, I have to pull out the card show. Pull out all the God's tricks on you here. Alright, let's just start with my favorite, and then hopefully that'll calm me down. We have so many cards that I was just trying to find one card, and then I ended up with all of these. That's what I mean. Needle in a haystack. This is looking good. This is looking good. What's this? Our divine nature. Let's see where we are in our divine nature on a Sunday. Sunday. What number is on that? 39. I went to 40. 40 is the journey. Well, kiss your ass goodbye so we can take this journey. Guys. It's only a little terrifying. The dark goddess. Come, Jesus. I feel like you're the devil trying to convince me that the grass is greener. Bro, I got through hell. It was ugly, but the only people that were there that was giving me hell were you motherfuckers. Hey, get out of there. What are you doing? Yeah, I totally caught her, bro. I pulled her literally out of the garbage can. That damn dog. Alright. Scared the shit out of her, dude. I totally picked her up out of the garbage can. Like, what are you doing? What's she doing? She's trying to get a fucking pizza roll. Fucking dog. Alright. Alright. I cannot even sugarcoat it. You just gotta do it. God. Like, nobody's gonna tell you that fucking boot camp is easy, bro. I heard a lot of people say they have a lot of sex in boot camp, but you're not gonna get no sex, dude. You're gonna get fucked real hard. Hey, hopefully not by a person, but, like, life is about to fuck you. No, bro, it's spiritual boot camp, bro. You are gonna come out a spiritual warrior. For God. Not for yourself. Oh, man. It's like, how do you get them to buy this? The truth. The truth is, it's very ugly and it's very scary, but it's literally what you have to do, bro. You literally have to do these. It's a literal action. It's taking action. Yeah, it's crazy. And then you'll come back and have this documentary of you lost your mind like me. I mean, maybe if you do it right. Like, where'd you see it? In the essence, do I regret it? No. It's hurtful to let go of things that, you know, and that's what that Sigma video is, and it's attached in the description right here. It's like, yeah, that sucks, letting go of your whole life. But you go back and, I mean, you just have to. Every week, bro, you just have to grow up. You grow. You spiritually evolve where you have to let your fucking toys go. You gotta let this person, you gotta let this behavior, you gotta let that stupid thought process, you gotta let that comment, you gotta let these things go. Everything, let it all go. So you can spiritually grow, bro. Alright, we're rhyming. Let's move on. Let's move on. Where's the bookie book? Alright, let's get to it. Kiss the Muse. I can't fucking... I mean, there's a lot of bunk-ass spiritualists that'll tell you that yoga's good for you and shit. I think if you put your ass to the fucking sky and your head down, the blood is gonna rush to your head and you might feel a little tingly. But this is not going to help your reality, motherfuckers. I'm such a cunt. That's why they chose me. You're chosen. Thanks, God. I cannot. This might not be the channel for you. At 11:07. Alright. Rumi said, there's a kiss we ache for with our whole lives. The touch of spirit on our body. The last thing we read last night in our Calabastic teachings was like, you can't have the spirit upon your big ass head. You can't have the spirit upon you when you're upon this world like that. You're all up on it. Page 85. What's up, Lewis? My 40-year-old virgin. Oh, man, Lewis. We're terrible. And now is the time to honor that sacred connection. Indulge your wonder, your awe, your passion. Let yourself be kissed by the muse, falling madly in love with what inspires you. Inspiration literally means to breathe in. And the hidden power of the muse's kiss is that as you follow your bliss, it passes on the breath of permission to others who deserve your passion. That's great, because the last thing I posted, I took a picture, I took my blanket out. It was too hot to sit in the car. And then I was sitting on the, on the pavement, but there's a lot of traffic and people are staring at me, and I'm like that girl, you got to come and ask for a cigarette or something. So I grabbed my blankie and I went over there, and I was like, nah, I'm going over there. And I said, outside in silence is true bliss. And that's what I want to do. I want to go out to the lake and just be part of it. That's what I told the kids, bro, it's so hot, we're only going to make it like 30 minutes. Let's take something to eat. Let's kind of go get our feet wet, dance around and come back and get in the air conditioning. Dude, I am so grateful for the air conditioning, bro. Like, you might not see me all summer. Like, I can't fucking stand that shit. Fuck. I took a picture, bro. I'm going to show you how fast I tan. 30 minutes, bro. You're going to see this. It's like a tanning bed. No, but it lasts for the whole fucking summer. And if I keep doing this, I am fucking Venezuelan, bro. I'll turn dark. I'm like black. Like I can be. Then my kids are native. So you put all that in, dude. They turn dude, we're darkness. We gotta stay out of that sun. It's dangerous. Seriously. And in essence, the worst part is from 3 to 6. No. That's nap time. If you see me out there, then God's being mean to me. Or I don't know how to control myself because I know better. I done fucked up and procrastinated too long. Or I'm somewhere in the air conditioning. I'm just saying. Where is she? She's probably sleeping. Why? Because what else are you supposed to do in this heat? Oh God, it's too hot. It's just beginning. How hot is it today? 85. And breezy. And I'm like, nah, Chris Breezy, I'm out of here. Anyways, I'm not really for it. I just want to be near it, but not like in it and like die off of it. I'm supposed to be in Alaska. This is bullshit. Alright. Anyways, it gives you permission to go outside and enjoy it too. And don't make a whole day out of it and get sun cancer. Like, just go outside, enjoy the day. You could be like, yeah, it was a beautiful day. I saw it too. I was out in it too. Yeah, I did that too. I was a whole weekend warrior. I went out to the lake and, took the whole family and shit. Did I make a whole field trip? I was there all fucking day and we were like, leather-faced by tomorrow? Nah, bro. No, we don't need to make it a whole... No. Although I do want to buy some floaties because I like to float on the top of the water. I might meet a guy with a boat. Boats and hose and stuff. Just kidding. Alright, in this way, my kids haven't been on a boat. I might need to go make a friend with the guy with a boat. How else are my kids going to get on a boat? I don't own a boat. Are you pimping me out? Boats and hose. Alright, I guess so. That's what we're going to do. Really? I can do it. Hey, my kids have never been on a boat. I'll just put my titties out there. Did you see them? They're beautiful. Scare the shit out of the kids why this guy goes 60 miles an hour over waves and they just never want to get on the boat again. Mission accomplished. Might make a friend. Probably not. He probably is drinking on his boat and driving. So dangerous. I hope he has fucking life jackets. Do my kids know how to swim? Yeah. Yeah. Allie, do you know how to swim? Do you have a boat? Lewis! I need to borrow your boat. Can we go for a ride real quick? I know you like to drive fast. I just want to scare the kids a little bit. Put them on the front of the boat. Let the water hit their face. Every kid needs that experience. It's terrifying. Am I encouraging you to go have fun? Go have fun. I mean, it was God and the inner child inside of us. In this way, the kiss of deep joy is contagious. I know, right? I am so contagious. I'm full of adventure. It's time to start a movement of passion and freedom. Let it begin with you. Well, I mean, that's what it's going to do. My son says he's not going. He's going to be real sad and texting me, "Where are you?" I'm going to go find a dude with a boat. God gave me some reason to actually be out there. Seriously, I mean, how hard could it be? Okay, maybe I'll just manifest it. I'm not going to go chase a dude with a boat. I'm going to have a dude with a boat chase me. Yeah, I like that idea better. Not really. If he's chasing me all that. You gotta be careful what you manifest. This could backfire. Any kind of magic, dude, you gotta be really careful with your words. I don't need a dude with a boat chasing me. Sounds like a race. Are you up for the challenge there, fucking Lewis? It sounded fun. I am contagious. Yes, amusing. I am amusing. Alright, come on. My throat kind of hurts. Can you hear it? What is it? I don't know. I saw butterflies yesterday. I did. I saw 2 of them. The little white ones, but then I saw the orange ones. No yellow ones this time. We're going to the orange ones. It wasn't that orange. It was those big ones. It wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. It flew over this dude's car. As he was driving away, I was looking over and it was like, this guy. Oh, sentimental feelings. I think there might be more than one of those guys, though. Let me take a look. Yep, Windfall. Yeah, it was those guys. Do you see the butterflies? Have you been outside? They're out there, dude. I was driving through town and I saw the little white ones flying in front of my car. Damn, there's a lot going on in this butterfly. Relationship dynamics. It's kind of not as dark as those ones, but it's still the same. Yep. We're talking about a lot of shit here. Emotions, spiritual growth. I don't know. Which butterfly is it? I don't know. I like them all. New exercise program. Dude, this new job. I think that's why God was making me do the stairs. I'm going to have to be physically active for 8 hours a day. I need the motivation, God. Now you see why I got these. My body will be changing. I know that for a fact. You know why? Because I bought a pair of pants that were kind of tight yesterday, and my spirit said, no, you're going to lose weight. Okay. I mean, it makes sense if I'm out there being active all fucking day. Fucking doing, labor and shit. There's a lot of property management, bro. I'm going to freaking be a property manager for multiple properties, so I have to do a lot of maintenance work and, manage the property. 80% of it is outside. I was like, oh. And then I started doing, okay, I'm going to be honest, guys. I read the reviews of people that had quit this job. Why? Because you want to know what they got to say. Okay, a lot of them had the same shit to say. They said, this job sucks. Everybody says that. And they said a lot of it they bitched about was the work, that it was hard work. I like hard work. I'm very manly. My spirit already said all that. So we're going to be going through bodily changes. I'm going to read these as fast as I can. Damn, they're like, I don't know if I put them in alphabetical order. We're going to be all over the place. Alright, be true to you. No, bodily changes. Number 19. This card guides you to focus on changes in your body so that you can influence it in healthy direction. It's time to take charge of your own health and remain optimistic. Hey, it's about that time, dude. We gotta do that like every year. I'm supposed to be getting a fucking mammogram. They're supposed to be checking my boobs for cancer. They put it in this big old machine. I told my son yesterday about told him about a prostate exam. I was like, yeah, you don't even want to know what they do to us. We don't have to wait till that long. I had to teach them about all that stuff because they went to the doctors. They're teenagers, right? So now the doctor wants you to step out of the room, and I don't know if they fully examine them, but they have questions for them. Now they start building a relationship with their own doctor. And I'm like, hey, if they start touching or doing something, you slap them or something. You know, if you got to figure out what's appropriate for you first. We'll build the boundaries later. Don't let them get too close. There's too many stories. In the essence, so we started talking about that, and I was like, yeah, they wanted Amelia to do blood work, but I was like, she just got 2 shots. She's not ready for blood. She's going to panic. In the essence, so I'm going to make me an appointment to do my blood work, and then we'll go together, you know what I mean, and get our blood work done. Stuff like that. So they told her she had to get an HPV vaccine. So what's that? I was like, oh, that starts a great conversation. That is cancer inside of your, inside of your womb. Blah, 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 blah. And then we just started talking about stuff like that. So, you do have to get to a place where you get your kids ready. He had to get a physical. So I didn't know if he was going to do an adult physical where the guy was going to tell him to drop his pants and tell him to cough. And I told him that, I didn't have that experience, but I've known of it. So I was like, dude, they do that to Mr. Plum all the time when he has to go to the doctors. And he doesn't like it because he raised these kids. So now these kids are telling him to drop his pants, and they're grabbing his balls and telling him to cough. He hates going to the doctors. He raised all these people, and now all these people are poking and touching at his naked body. He hates it. I was like, that makes sense. So I started teaching him about stuff like that, as you get older. I was like, blood work, we gotta do that all the time. Fucking pap smears all the time. I was like, and then I'm just warning him. I was like, eventually they'll have to, when you get 50, they're gonna have to go and stick their finger in your butt to make sure you don't got cancer. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, buddy. So start being aware of your body and, start tending to it. When you get to certain ages, especially come your 30s, you should be checking that shit, getting, a blood panel to see if you're lacking something, if you need something. Like, I always have an iron deficiency. Stuff like that. Check for diabetes, just stuff like that. See if you need some regulation, how that little body's running. It's like a tune-up, Well, you might need to tune it up after you do a diagnostic. It's your vehicle, right? After all, the butterfly shows us the power of going through physical change as they enter the chrysalis phase. You are undergoing a similar preparation stage. Preparation H. Why did I say that? Because it goes to... it's called the H bar, and it has to do with quantum physics. Which will bring you blessings of new strength and insight. Whether your body changes are a result of the aging process. Oh, that's it too. Like I said, my boobs used to sit up real tall, and now they're kind of hanging down there. And that's just, gravity kicks in. I'm 42 years old, bro. It's not tight. And I looked at, okay, so everybody's talking about, what is that bitch's name? Kris Jenner? You could visually see how she got all this plastic surgery, and she looks so young. That's cool. But okay. And then you look at Pamela Anderson, bro. It's not easy to take your criticism. I have to feel okay in my skin, bro. I can't just do that. We can't just all have money and just, go and, fuck up our face like that and look beautiful again. We can't be those women, bro. We must be loved and accepted as wrinkly-faced, shriveled-up older women. Why? Because we accept you as wrinkly-faced, shriveled-up old men. You definitely don't have the fucking, you definitely don't look like, the 25-year-old fuckboys that I be liking. But that's it. It's like we make, considerations. And that goes back to, like my stretch marks. I have had stretch marks since I was 16 years old, bro. I've hid them for fucking decades. I'm tired of hiding my stomach. That's why I put on a bikini. I've got to go out and put some sun on my fucking bikini on that area. Do you know what that means? People are going to make fun of me and judge me and give me ugly looks if they see it. I've got to be okay with this. And my thighs, I need my legs to have some fucking sun. The only way to do that is to show the stuff I don't like. I've got to be okay to go outside and not be liked. Otherwise, I'll never go outside. I'll never see the sun. My body will never see the sun. And your body needs the sun just as much as the moon. You've got to be brave enough one night to take your clothes off and dance beautifully naked under the moon. And feel okay about your body. You got to be able to sit in a bathtub and look at your body and not hate it. As it rolls up. As you're sitting there in funny positions. And it's all squishy. If you can't love it, dude, nobody else is going to, because you're going to keep hiding it from people. And yeah, after I mentioned all that, I might not have the best chance finding a dude in a boat. No, just kidding. I'll go underwater so he can't see what's in there. Just I'm hilarious, dude. I am. I'm encouraging you to live, bro. Live authentically, and yeah, try to just tell yourself it's okay. Why you know they're judging you. You know they're looking at you. It's okay. It's okay. Okay? It's okay to get old. It's okay not to be perfect, bro. It's okay to have flaws and scars and funky tattoos. Stretch marks, cellulite, fucking varicose veins, I don't know, dimples. It's okay. It's not okay to be that old trying to be that young. And you know what it does? It creates this desire in all women. I want to look like that. Why? So you can love something that's not really me? That's expensive, I imagine, too. I'm just saying, it's beautiful and all, but we can't really do it. And those women, you know who gets that shit done? Are the little girls. Us women, we're older now, bro. We're taking care of families and shit. We're not blowing our husbands. I mean, it's young women that are doing it. We're not blowing our husbands' money to fucking blow up our boobs and shit. Unless he wants them. He wants us to have bigger boobs. Okay, you want to carry me and the boobs? In the essence, I mean, if your husband wants it, that's okay, and you want it, and both of you want this. But, you know, he's gonna lose his hair. He's gonna turn into a pear-shaped man. He will pear. He'll be a muffin top over his pants. It will be. You'll be wrinkly faced. You'll have flabby arms. You'll have, really tiny hands that are veiny. You'll bruise easy. We get old. Like a piece of fruit. Doesn't mean the fruit inside. I'm seeing a banana. A rotten banana. That shit inside can make some really good banana bread. The older the berry, the sweeter the juice. Bernie Mac on that ass. I love you guys. Kobe Bryant was 40. Some of them were pretty old, bro. He wasn't an old man. DMX, he was an old man, bro. They weren't very young. They were wise in their old age. They would have accepted old age. They wouldn't have been out here like fucking 50 Cent, fucking pumping like that. You're gonna fucking pump that neck. You're gonna get an aneurysm doing that. Fucking Lewis over there. This card reminds you that you have many options available. Give yourself permission to take positive and healthy action steps supportive of your physical well-being. I just walked, guys. I would just walk. And then, in our mountains, dude, like, we don't, you start walking on a hill and it becomes an incline, and before you know it, they're calling you a hiker. And you can't breathe. And then, you stop that hill, and then you're like, okay, I want to see what's past it, because you never finish. There's so many of those fucking trails at Red Rocks, you just turn around after a while, like, who finishes this shit? As far as Devil's, or what is that, Table Mountain? I say Devil's because that's where the devil was up there. It took me 45 minutes to get to the top. They say it's 3 hours to walk around that damn mountain, see all of Denver, and come back down. Dude, it took me too long to get to the top. But every time I get up there, I go a little bit further. And then I'll come back, because that's a long-ass ride. You know what I mean? It's like, if I get too far, I got to come out. And that's where it is, too. It's like, So, it starts with just, like Forrest Gump. Just walk to the edge, to the end of your block. And then walk around your block. And then take another left and walk another around. Before you know it, you're building up muscle endurance. You're becoming athletic. You're taking steps. Literally, action steps towards supporting your physical well-being. That's all I could do in the beginning. That's all I ever really do. I mean, I'm strong, but I never really like going to the fucking gym. That's stupid. I hate staying still and staring at people and people staring at me and smelling sweat and shit. Every time I got on the elliptical, some asshole or 2 or 3 would get next to me and try to race me on it. It's like, do you feel good being faster than the fat girl? Stupid. Why'd you come stand next to me? I mean, seriously, I'm not that person. Too much testosterone in there. But, you know, just little things. Going for a swim. That's literally, there's endurance needed for that because of you're going, you know, against currents and shit like that. Anything. Bike riding is, they say is one of the best. I got a big old fat ass. It needs to be one of those big old fucking witch bikes. Dun, 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 with a basket and everything. A beach cruiser is what those are called. Alright, additional meaning. A new exercise program, changing your healthcare regimen, improving your diet, getting a makeover. Well, I'm going to dye my hair today. I had to do something about it because my eyebrows and my hair color didn't match. Just didn't. What color are you going to do it? I'll take a picture and show you. Alright, let's see. And that's where this one came from. New exercise program. Alright, let's jump to that one. I went to memories. No, don't be nostalgic. Page 67. You've likely already heard this divinely guided message. It's time to make changes to your exercise program. This may mean you simply start exercising if you have been I don't know what this word is. Sedentary? I guess. Most likely, though, it is a sign for you to change your fitness regimen so that it suits your current lifestyle. And that's it, guys. You're sitting around, and that's what I told my kids. They were asking my kids about breathing, if they had asthma. They said that some athletes literally have to use inhalers just during athletic activity. I was like, no, my kids just literally sit around doing nothing. So then when they have to do something, they run under breath. And that's what I told him. I told my son that. I was like, bro, you sit around on the bed doing nothing for hours and eating everything in between. If you don't start doing some stuff, you're going to start holding all that stuff. Right? You know what I mean? Walking up the stairs, walking the dog, anything. So, I mean, I was on them already about it. But it's the same to you. You know, my sister, she, like, literally the Wear girls, they're all over 250 pounds. Every single one of them broads. Did they start like that? Nah. Christine, to be example, she was like 119 pounds all the way until like her 30s, bro. She had no tits, nothing. She was a stick-ass figure. Her kids are stick-ass figures. She just blew the fuck up, right? I mean, blew up. Now, it's not the amount of food that they're taking in. Because, no, don't get me wrong. They'll make a big-ass plate, and there's plenty of courses. These are big black women that make great soul food, big-ass meals. It's not how much they're taking, bro. It's the lack of activity around it. Truthfully. And that's Mr. Plum. He's the absolute fucking opposite. Because he's a diabetic, he counts calories and shit. So he eats the smallest portions. He is on such a tight regimen of what he eats. For real, he'll eat one hot dog. And because of calories, he believes that's enough of a meal. He'll eat one fucking burrito, one frozen burrito. He believes that's a meal. The size of it. He goes by the calories and shit like that. He eats too small of intake. So what's happening is, and that's what happened to me as you know, a faster. I just don't eat. So when you do that, you're storing because you're not giving your body enough, so it's holding on to everything you do give it. You know what I mean? So Mr. Plum is kind of heavy in weight, but he's starving himself, and that's what's making him heavy. And the fact that it's holding it and he's not moving it. And that's because there's nothing to do in the South. He does go out, you know, regularly, at least 3 times a week, and he'll walk Walmart, which is a big-ass store. That's where he would get most of his exercise. You know what I mean? He goes out and he'll walk into his yard. You know, he's getting some of that exercise, but he's not burning the stored weight. So when I started my awakening, what started my awakening, I was really big after COVID. I just sat around eating. That's all we all did. Well, most of us. I was huge, and I was about to start a music career, and I wanted to work on this. So I started doing everything, but the main thing that was my problem was I had no fucking energy, right? So they put me on this regimen. The first thing was to start eating more. I had to set in, I was only eating like once, I still do it. You know what I mean? Only eating once a day, if that. You know what I mean? I was just going. I would never stop to eat. I didn't even know my hunger. And I would just turn it off and just keep going. So when I would eat, it would store all of that shit, right? That was my typical way of life. Now, what happens when COVID comes? I'm not going anywhere, and I'm just eating. So the habit is still there. The body's still storing it all, right? So then I come out of COVID, and I'm no longer eating like that. I'm busy. but it's still all stored up in there, dude. It's not going anywhere because now I'm starving. So it's back to its old regimen of everything I put in, it stores it, right? So she puts me on this timer every 4 hours to eat a small meal, right? And it becomes like I'm getting full all the time. Like, it's crazy. Like a small TV dinner that you're like, dude, that's not enough, dude. I couldn't finish them because I'm eating 4 times a day. My stomach is full, and that's what they taught us, is to stay on a full stomach. It taught me is to stay on a full stomach. That built more energy. So then when I was out there, I'm building the energy. So now I'm moving with it. And then I started walking with all of this stuff. Just walking, bro. I wasn't really doing much. I mean, it looked like I was doing a lot of hiking because it was hard to walk those hills, but I just kept going to Red Rocks. And they are huge hills, you know what I mean? So now I'm on a full stomach, and I'm burning calories. I'm not burning this stuff in my stomach. I'm burning the extra that I'm storing. So that's how it all starts working. People are like, how did you lose all this weight? I mean, just living and eating healthy. Whereas before, I wasn't eating healthy. And I don't eat healthy, I just eat more. And that's what keeps me healthy, is eating more. So I just kind of threw all of that out there because I don't know where you are on your spectrum of how you eat. My sisters, they don't eat all day, and then they have a big plate of food at night. But even not enormous, not for a starving person. You know what I mean? It's not a big plate, it's just 3 courses, not enormous. They don't go back and get seconds. That's it. They'll have a small lunch the next day. They're not, but it's storage because they're not burning calories. That's the whole point. If you're not burning them, you're storing them. And I don't have to be a nutritionist to know that. I just know from my own bodily experience. Now, Lewis over there that can tell you that he burns calories driving his car can tell you how all this works and that there's some truth behind whatever I'm saying. You know what I mean? A lot of it is just the activity you're doing with your body is how you burn calories. Me sitting right here, you'll catch it in all my videos. I'm burning hella calories to where there's nothing left in my stomach, and I always leave this, I'm starving. I need nutrition after this because I'm channeling and I'm doing a bunch of stuff, and that's what it is. You just sitting there and not doing anything. You're not burning anything but brain space and time. Energy, I suppose. So, all good things. Again, I'm not a thin person. I lost a lot of weight. By no means. I'm still a size 10, but that's smaller than I've ever been. I had children at a small age, so I developed hips and ass, which made me a size 13 from 15 years old. That's it. You added a leftover belly, and I was a size 12 and 13. Right now, I'm a size 10, 11, which is, I've never been that. Only for God to say he wants to put another baby in there. Fucking guy. But imagine, you know what I mean? The skin is still there that was spread out like that. So that's where you get the saggy skin or stretch marks, shit like that. You know what I mean? Again, it happened to me at such a young age. I blew up and my stomach had to be big enough to hold a human in it. And then I turned around and did it again by 18. I never really shrunk back to any size before that until recently. And again, I didn't do this counting calories and going to the gym and being a health freak, being gluten or green. I did it on Oreos and fucking microwave dinners because that's all we've ever had. Air frying. Fried foods, you know what I mean? Processed foods. In the shelter, they give us 3 meals a day that are pretty healthy and shit. So I typically eat the shelter food all the time. All the fucking time. Usually. But that's them. They go back to, their processed foods. And that's just it. It's like, it doesn't matter really. People live off of fucking Top Ramen and shit. They're not fat. Or then you see the ones that are. It's like all you eat is Top Ramen. How are you fat? And that goes back to Lizzo. Lizzo swore that she was a fucking vegan. I'm like, how are you a 400-pound vegan, bro? They tell us that meat and dairy and eggs and all this shit makes us fat. But what the fuck? What vegetables are you eating, fat ass? No, she wasn't eating unhealthy food. She had an unhealthy lifestyle where she wasn't, you know what I mean? Or she was lying, bro, because truthfully, all that dancing and all that, and that again, if you're starving yourself, you're holding all these calories. I got on her ass in the beginning. Why we gotta see your flabby fat ass out here like this? And this, in essence, is like, we have to accept ourselves, but you don't have to force it that this is right. This isn't right. You don't feel right. You're lying. You don't feel right. And look at her now. She feels hella beautiful, bro. But she had to do that hard-ass work. It wasn't just eating right, it was working at it. But she also is a psycho, and that's where mothers, after they have a baby, they get all psycho and want to be, what they were before the baby. Literally, I don't understand you women, bro. You have a baby and you want to pretend like you didn't have a baby. You want to go back to your old lifestyle. You want your old body and your old lifestyle, and you want to drag your baby through this. You haven't accepted motherhood. You just had a child and drag your child through your life. Watch out for that, you know what I mean? There's plenty of them. It's like, accept that you just literally, cocooned the shit out of your body and it needs some time. I did it, but that was God. After I had my son, I had him early, God called me into a 40-day fast in the church. I did a 40-day fast, I don't know, like a month or two, a couple months after having my son, I was called into doing it. And then at that time, I didn't have a vehicle. Right? So I was pushing a stroller all the way through El Cajon City. I made posts about it. I was like, dude, I think I need to get my tires rotated. There's got to be some frequent flyer mileage. In the essence, I was walking in that heat. And, even when he was born, I didn't have a car. So he was in the NICU. I just had him. I'd have to walk all the way from my house. I had no money. My husband had took off, kidnapped my kid, took off with all the money. It took weeks for me to figure out anything, get on welfare. You know what I mean? Have a pack of cigarettes. My mom sent me some money. Like, I'm fucked. He left me enough money for the taxi and took my daughter and was gone. I still have a son at the hospital. No way to pay my bills, no cigarettes, no nothing. I can't even buy myself pads, bro. I'm bleeding. And my only thing is to get my breast milk to my son, who's in a hospital that I can't be with. So I came home, and every day I would pump milk, and I would walk myself from fucking, the middle of El Cajon to the trolley station, jump the trolley to Grossmont. Maybe somebody from San Diego knows this story. Walk from Grossmont trolley station all the way up to the fucking hospital, to Grossmont Hospital. I just had a baby, bro. This is literally walking fucking Mount Evans on this shit, just to deliver a couple of, ounces of breast milk, maybe get to see him, and then I'd have to do it all the way, come back. And that was a huge awakening. Then I'm sitting there, just crying with my Bible in my house. My whole life has been completely destroyed. He kidnapped my daughter. My son is in juvenile hall. My other daughter is in Mexico. My son is in the hospital, and I have nothing. Talk about an awakening. Whoosh. But in essence, yeah, bro, I got very, very thin, very fast, dude. Very fast. But I wasn't trying. That was stress. That was all stress, dude. That was desperation and stress that did that to my body. Truthfully. Notice the first thing that comes to your mind about changing your workout routines, and your answer will be there. That's it. Just go for a walk in the evening when it's nice and cool, or in the morning. And even if it's too hot outside, like I said for Mr. Plum, go walk around Walmart. That bitch is big. Start walking through the aisles. You'll be surprised, dude. I worked at Walmart, and I couldn't believe the shit I would find in there all the time. My favorite is the health and beauty, like, especially the men's. I would sit there smelling all that shit. Then you see the dildo section and shit. You're like, Walmart has dildos? They sure do. There's all kinds of shit in that store, dude. Then you go in the live bait area. Ugh, it smells like fish in here. I don't want to stock this. It stinks. Then you go into automotives, the crafts area. They used to have live fish in the old ones. Walk through the vegetables, go see the latest cereals. You're just literally just pushing your body around, but, it's necessary. Don't be like these people that get in, fight over the carts. They want to drive around Walmart so that they can get in their car and drive back home and sit in their fucking, their lounge chair and drive me crazy on the internet. One thing's for sure, you are being guided to exercise in a way that you will find enjoyable and stimulating, right? And that's us having to park our car, and that's what CJ said, I don't want to walk in the sand. That's that's friction against your knees. Have you ever tried to walk on the beach, like in the sand? It's like, oh, it's hot, and you got to push through it, and it's not easy. Again, you're pushing your body, getting all that stuff, carrying it down, you know what I mean? Picking it up, swimming, all of these little things. It's just, all these little things are actionable steps to a better, healthier lifestyle. As a result, you will look forward to exercising, and you'll again practice benefits such as increased energy. And that's when it goes back to, Red Rocks. I haven't done it in a long time. But like last time I was going to do a reading, my daughter's like, I'm going to do it. I was like, are you sure? It hasn't been a long time. It has been a long time. We haven't done it. Dude, she called me. She's like, I'm tired. I was like, I'll come get you. We used to do it all the time, and that's where it is you start doing it, you're like proud. You're like, damn, this... Dude, I used to never be able to do this. Now look at me.
Remember when I jumped off of that thing to the lake?
Yeah, like, you know, it's like you get stronger at it. You're like, man, the first time I did this, it took me fucking 50 years. And that's going back to Table Mountain. The first time I pulled up at Table Mountain in Golden, I looked at it like, bro, I don't think we're going to get... I don't think I can... I'm with this girl. I'm like, I don't think I can make it all the way to the top. But, you know, I'll get as far as I can with you. We started climbing. We started taking hella breaks, bro. Dude, there's fucking bitches. I can't even... It's the most intimidating mountain to climb. There are bitches pushing strollers and riding bikes past you. You know what I mean? Looping you. They're just running up it and running down it. Running up it, running down. I'm so serious. There are bitches carrying babies, dude, and you're stopping every 25 steps, pretending like you're looking at the view, which is cool too, because they got the parajumpers and shit that jump off the mountains and shit. Anyways, but it's hard as fuck. I get to the top, I'm like, dude, I didn't think I could do this. It was amazing. You want to keep going? No, I'm done, dude. And then when you go down, that's what you don't realize. You can literally feel the pull when you're going down it. It is pulling all your muscles going down it, way more than going up. You feel the burn going up, but you feel the pull going down. So anyways, I look back at that time of how long it took. And it doesn't matter how long it takes you. Because I do it by myself, and I'll go even slower when nobody's with me. I'll take fucking 10 steps and stop. Why? Because you feel the motherfucking burn in your calves, bro. It has nothing to do with your lungs, dude. This is your legs. It's all about your legs. In essence, it's like you're not using your arms to get up this hill. You're using your leg power. And, you know, it doesn't matter how long. It's just that cool feeling of, I did it. When I thought I couldn't do it. And it didn't matter that it took me all day. Look at me. I'm at the top of the mountain. And then you just start, you know, the more you do it, the faster you can get up it. And that's where that physical strength comes. And while you're doing this, just having an adventure, you know, and that's what I've done. I go to these places. I'm seeing in the Enchanted Forest. That's a huge, oh God, it's all up and down the hills. I just go through these mountain things. I'm like, I've never been in, I'm just exploring. Then you get in there, you're like, fuck, this is heavy duty. I need to wipe my face. Where's the water bottle? Yeah, you're only like 20 steps in and you're like sweating. Your lip is sweating. You're really burning calories, guys. You don't have to be one of these assholes at a gym. A 20-minute walk in our mountains? Well, fucking, whoa. That's like, whoosh. Whoosh. And that's the same as a 20-minute walk in your neighborhood, bro. It's going to make a huge difference. You keep doing it. And that's all Kobe. Repetition. Baby steps. Additional meaning. Mental stimulation and study to exercise the mind. Exercise to improve vision, sharpening... Am I on the right page? Yeah. Sharpening eyesight. Weightlifting for strengthening. Going on nature walks or hikes. Yoga. Using a workbook or attending a class that teaches healing methods and exercising. I like to dance. I always thought Zumba would be cool. I do a lot of dance exercise. That's what my daughter does. All of her exercises, she goes and locks herself in the bathroom and dances really vigorously and hard. At least 4 to 5 times a day. She gets plenty of exercise. That's how she's so fit. Truthfully. You know what I mean? I dance too. I always laugh about it in the morning. My dog gets going and shit. It's like, imagine hating on me and I'm over here looking like a disco queen with coffee. Like, you're just mad at me because I'm over here dancing and looking like an idiot, busting a sweat. I need to take a shower right away. My armpits are sweaty. You get into it? I get into it. Do you get into it? I dig it. I love to dance. If I'm going to a dance, I'm going to dance. Like, I'm going to dance. Motivation, did we read this? We're not reading it past any of these. I'm putting all the rest of this away. We're already 50 minutes into this bullshit. All you needed is the butterflies. Motivation. You drew this card because motivation is change, and what once interests you doesn't anymore. Yeah, I talk about that. The whole dark night of the soul. It's just sad. The shit you used to like, you didn't like. I didn't like to be outside. I wore a bunch of makeup and wore high heels and tight clothes. I didn't want to be outside. And what does interest you seems to be distracting you from your responsibilities. This card indicates that this pattern is stressful for you. Yet by facing the pattern, you are empowered to both understand it and heal it. Oh yeah, we were looking at all your stupid patterns. There's a need to deal with boredom that has set in because of routines that no longer appeal to you. Yeah, Russ came home and went right back to making music. As if it means anything. Sometimes it arises due to a desire for drama, to stir up excitement and variety. In order to recover your initial enthusiasm, it often is enough to discern the truth underlining why your motivation has flagged. Red flag, red flag. That's it. All week we've been talking about why do you do what you do? And are you enjoying what you're doing? Or you're just doing it out of patterning, just to do. Because this is what you do and you don't know what else to do. Sit in the nothing. There's some power in doing nothing. Other times, boredom is a sign of burnout, which needs to be addressed directly or by heading in a new direction. That's it too, your fucking boring ass lives. Additional meaning, increase your energy by detoxing or exercising. Alright, we talked about that. That's what the Sigma video said. It's a spiritual detox. Go watch the video. It's in the description of this video. Speak the truth about your needs and desires. Admit the truth to yourself. Shake up your routines and add doing stuff that we never did before. Yep. Spiritual growth. This will make you, all of this will equal spiritual growth. Why? Because you're pushing yourself out of yourself. That's good stuff. Self-care. Sentimental feelings. No. Self-employment. Nope. Spiritual growth. Page 90 and 91. This card signifies that the change you're currently in the midst of or contemplating is part of your spiritual growth. It will bring about great blessings, even if challenges present themselves along the way. Yeah, most of you are being presented with the dark night of the soul. Embrace it. I don't think you have a choice, to be honest. I'm just trying to show you how to make it through happily without being drugged through like Kanye on his face. As this experience, he's been at it for years, bro. Do you see what's going on with him? God has been dragging him through the dark night of the soul for years, bro. He hasn't learned shit, bro. He is literally face to the ground. He is nowhere near seeing the light of heaven. Talking about in the eye of the storm. What are you talking about, dude? It's like, I'm seeing Loki. I'm seeing Hulk take Loki and, whoa. How's it feel? I mean, he's never going to get out of this, bro. This is a harsh ride. Ugh. What do you got to do? Let go. Go with the flow. I've been falling for 5 years. I mean, are you ever going to give up? Are you just trying to hold on to everything as it's, being pulled out of your arms? That's why you're sitting there. He's literally dragging teeth to... That's why his teeth are missing, dude. He's like, dragging with the skin of his teeth, trying to hold on to this world. Terrible. As this experience comes to a conclusion, you know that you are very strong indeed. In fact, this situation will push you to leave behind your comfort zone. Can't stand you, Russ. I can't stand you any day of the week, bro. He tries to say this whole album is about leaving his comfort zone. You fat, comfortable loser. You and your fucking weak-ass friend zone. Love you. You'll reach deep inside a reservoir of strength that you didn't know you had. And that's it. When you empower yourself to, to let go of something that was disempowering, you're I don't want to say proud, you're pleased with yourself. Because you're not proud of losing what you just lost. You're just pleased that you were strong enough to do it. This strength is both peaceful and powerful, and it helps you learn new life lessons as well as letting go of old pain and forgive your past. Additional meaning, spiritual seeking, a change of religion or spiritual path. I mean, pick one. We've got lots of religions over here. Being true to yourself, a legal issue, health challenges. You're being challenged. It's God. He's always challenging you. In your relationship dynamics. Let's talk about a windfall. That sounds more exciting. We're still back on your sentimental feelings. Damn it. Well, let's talk about your sentimental feelings. Why? Because you have to deal with them. You cannot repress your feelings. Hey, did you guys watch that movie yesterday I told you to watch? What was it? Inside Out 2? Oh, what are you guys? We're bottled up feelings. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're bottled up emotions. And it's like Riley has lost her sense of self. And then the very end, not to blow this story for you, it's like we don't determine who Riley is.
You have to let her go.
You have to let her go. And that's what it is. You can't let your emotions control who you are. You're not your emotions. And when you let them flow freely, then you are truly, you find your true sense of self. It's a beautiful movie. Go watch it. It's on Hulu or Disney or somewhere. I found it on both. All right, sentimental feelings. There's something about your past that is attracting your attention. Slap my head. It's karma. This card is asking... Did you slap you? I slapped me right in the third eye. Like, no, don't fuck this up. It's karma. This card is asking you to explore old and deep feelings. Oh, well, this is, for you guys, your bottled emotions, your repressed feelings. Deep feelings as a way of opening and healing your heart. Perhaps you have located an item that brings back memories. Nostalgia. You're early. That's in the movie, too. Use those memories and feelings as a pathway to explore emotions you may not have processed previously. It's exactly what's said in the Sigma video. You have to go back to the things you didn't process previously. That's what they're called. That's why your past is haunting you. If you're still emotionally attached to it, you just bottled the emotions. It's still attached. It's still calling you. You can't go forward with the past hurts, past pains, past emotions. That's the hardest part about this, and that's what it says too. It's like you keep thinking you're going forward, but you only to turn around and face the same motherfucker. Fucking Bobby. We got more space. That's all. It's like stuck in my head. And the essence is like, why do I face them? We still have emotional baggage. Somewhere deep down, there's an emotion for you that I haven't dealt with. Damn it. Can you just come to the surface? And that's where you get really pissed off. You just want to deal with it all, but you can't. There's layers and levels to it. You thought you've dealt with it all, but there's still more feelings. You have more feelings about it. As much as you swear you've expressed all your feelings and you've gotten it all out and you feel good about it, then it comes back around and you don't feel good about it anymore. You have to start all over. Well, why don't I have the closure I had last time? Because there's more repressed feelings. It's like, how much feelings do I have for one person? Don't ask. It's like, and that's poor Bobby. It's like, every time I come back, it's like, he calls it ripping off the scabs. Like, you always just want to come back and talk about your feelings. I do, because there's something bothering me. I still need to discover my feelings with you. I know you just don't want to talk about yours at all, but the longer I talk about mine, the more I get my healing. Obviously, you don't want to heal. I do. And if you keep coming back to me, you're unhealed too. That's the truth of this bullshit. Now is the perfect time to work on unhealed situations from the past so that you can resolve them and move on. Having guidance from a therapist or support group can help you face feelings that seem intimidating. And that's it. Having people tell you that they know what you're feeling. Because you don't understand your feelings. You're like, nobody knows what I'm feeling, and you don't know how to explain it, and they don't know where I'm coming from. There are people that know how you feel. You are not alone in those feelings, no matter what they are. And even the ones that they deem evil or bad. There might be only one person in this world that knows how I feel, but he does. When I wake up and I want to punch the world in the face, I know there's one man in space that knows how I feel. And I can go talk to him about that feeling because he knows how it feels to feel that way. He's not the only one. When I feel rejected, I can go talk to Ali. He knows how that feels. When I feel unseen, I don't talk to him about it, but I can go look at Russ and see that he knows what that feels like. When I feel like no matter what I do, I can't win, I can go talk to Lewis, because he knows what that feels like. When I feel like I just want to die, I can go talk to Logic, because he knows what that feels like. There's people out there that know, and that's why they're my twin flames. They're, a reflection of my low vibrational feelings, our karmic ways. That's what brings us back is, our healing, our pain. Together, we are the same in our pain. I want us to be the same in our healing. You know what I mean? But that's what that means is, all of your feelings, they're yours. There's a million of them, and that's what I liked about that movie in the beginning. It's like, you have all hers, and then here comes her mom's and everybody else's. It's like the same mechanism that's going on in your head is going on in theirs. They're not working through the same heart. You know what I mean? They're working through the same mind. It just doesn't come up with the same shit because it hasn't had the same experiences as yours. Ultimately, you will come to recognize that there was nothing to fear at all. This process will lead you to let go of heavy weights. Oh God, hold on. I'll tell the story. This process will lead you to let go of heavy weights you didn't realize you were carrying, so that you can enjoy your life and move forward fearlessly. Bobby said something to me to make me feel stupid, I suppose. He asked me, he's like, you told me to leave my wife. What were you thinking? Now, in that moment, he's looking at me as an individual person. How could I say this to him? Right? And even though it's one person and it's me, I said, you know what, Bobby? I guess I was thinking like every other side chick. Meaning I wasn't alone by thinking that. We all think that. Let me tell you what us dumb women on the outside think. Let me tell you why I told you that. Because I think that I make you happy. And if you left your wife, we could be happy. This thing that we do, I think that you love me and care more about me because you're willing to risk her and this already to be with me. This is what I was thinking. How dare me ask? How dare me walk in that thought? How dare me think that way, right? Well, this is what all side chicks think on the outside. We have this dumb perception that you're going to leave that bitch for us. I'm not alone in thinking this. I'm not the only one that's been stuck in something like this, but I will speak up for it. What the fuck are you thinking when you showed up to see me? Did you think you were going to have me and her? That you were going to have God's priestess and your shit-ass wife? What were you thinking, bro? Explain to us what you're thinking. I could tell you what we're thinking and what we're feeling. Tell me what you're thinking, and that's all I ever asked that bitch. How do you feel about me? What do you think? You know what he told me? The only thing I ever got out of him? I feel like you're the devil, trying to convince me that the grass is greener in hell. Well, you're not wrong. At least you know the truth. As absurd as your feelings are and people want to deny them, like how can you think that way? How can you feel that way? You are justified. You have a reason for the way you think and the way you feel. And you are the only one that really needs to know that. But sometimes it needs to be told to the people outside of you that want to question you. But nobody gets the right to question what you're thinking and what you're feeling but you. Because that's the only one that matters to. I don't have to explain to you what I was thinking and what I'm feeling. I do that so that you have an understanding of how to deal with me, but I don't owe it to you. And I can justify it. Why'd you call Ali gay? Well, let me tell you. All these actions that made me believe that he's gay. You know what I mean? Your feelings are validated. They came from a place, a source. Go back to the source of where this comes from and understand it. Then you can lay it to rest. When I go from just me and him, and I realize I'm a part of a whole bunch of karmic bitches that do shit like this, I realize I'm not going to break this. I'm not going to win this. No woman ever has. I'm being karmic. I have to walk away. It doesn't mean I didn't love you, bro, and I didn't really believe this shit, bro. I have to walk away from what I loved and what I believed because now I know the real truth. I was never going to have you, but yet was okay with that. Denying myself something real to have something fake. It's hard to catch your patterns, bro. Additional meaning. Recovering a lost sentimental object. Creating a scrapbook. Oh yeah, let's really do this. Writing your memoirs. Paying tributes to loved ones. Collecting vintage items. Sentimental feelings. I don't know. In the essence, it's not easy, though, when you realize that you're in a pattern and you have to do all the hard work to break out of it. And they don't want you to go. They don't want you to leave the pattern. You don't want me to stop fucking around with him. But it's damaging, bro. That whole situation is damaging. As much as it made me feel good, it's damaging to my future. Can't have anything real with this type of fake shit. You can't tell me he has a real relationship doing this type of fake shit either. Doesn't mean that when he stops doing it, he's going to have a real relationship. It wasn't real to begin with if you were doing this fake shit. But you go back to your fake-ass marriage, and I'm going to go back to my real-ass life. It's kind of how it works. In the essence, is he still fucking around on his wife? I would imagine so. Because he did it before she was his wife, and he did it during, and he did it after. Why is he going to stop? So that they have a happy marriage? He's going to stop when he realizes that his marriage isn't happy. He'll stop cheating on her when he's not married to her. He's not going to stop wanting other women and having access to other women. And that goes back to, even Russ. Russ, on a weekly, is following more and more women. More and more women. He says that he has one and he's happy, but he's following more and more and more women. He's not going to stop. You've made it acceptable for him to continue these behaviors. In the essence, people don't stop. You stop. Alright. Let's go into your shit-ass relationship dynamics since we're already on it. If you learn this lesson, what do you get? A windfall. This is how it works, dude. You learn the lesson, you catch the blessing. These guys really want to believe that I'm stuck on them, bro. There's more lessons to learn, but I'm not stuck on you. You're a walking lesson, bro. This card indicates that there have been some changes in one or more of your relationships, your family, friends, or romantic partner. There is a sense that you have less in common and are growing apart. This may be because you are now more sensitive and more conscious of your feelings when you're with certain people, meaning you're awake. Before, you used to sit in these crowds and you would just sit there with them, quiet, dead asleep. You didn't hear what they were saying. You didn't see what was happening. You just sat there in the environment. Now you sit there awake and you're like, what the fuck? That's that Kanye look at the Met Gala. What the fuck am I doing here with you fucking low vibrational losers? You're my friends? What the fuck are we talking about? That's that meeting, that's Big Mike. It's like, I can have an expensive salad somewhere else with better company. Matter of fact, I don't even need an expensive salad. I'm out of this. This is a dumb company. The company you keep, that's it. You just realize, you just start looking at them and you can't keep quiet anymore. They literally disgust you. It's a sense of, it's very hypocritical to where like, oh, you're all high and mighty, you're all better. I see it differently. You got to be careful in how you act in it. I'm telling you, I've made many mistakes along the way, but it's really what's happening is you see it differently. Kanye looked at that crowd and he saw disgust. But these were the people 5 years earlier he couldn't wait to get a ticket to, to be next to. Like, he eats with them all the time, but now he sees them in the bigger scheme of things, and he's like, you schemy, disgusting, filthy people. And that's what happens. You see your own friends that way, your own lovers, your family. You never saw this before. You become awake, aware, and you gotta walk away. And that's what I mean, is like, I was all about clubs, I was all about this, I was all about that, and then I put my awakened self in it, and I saw what it was, and I was like, I still try to figure out, where was I to be entertained by this? Those are all those ego deaths. What was I thinking? Why did I ever do that type of shit? And it's literally, you're being pulled out of your conscious. Your higher self is looking at your low vibrational ways like, and this is where a lot of love comes in. Because otherwise you're going to be disgusted, humiliated, and filled with shame and regret about your past life. Well, it's becoming your past life. It's current. You're really filled with all of this while it's happening. Until you let it go, you're filled with disgust. I can't fucking stand you fucking people. Oh, God, this is my life? Oh, God. Oh, God, I gotta go to work. You're like sitting in front of the mirror like, I've got to entertain you fucking losers again today. And you snap. You go postal. You can't do it anymore, bro. The fucking facade literally falls off your face, bro. And you say some shit to somebody that you never said. I didn't even know you felt that way. There's a lot you didn't know. I'm out. Meaning, like, I've never seen him act like that way. You can't anymore. You were acting up until then. You were acting up until then. And your real self, right here, your feelings, when certain people, your real feelings come out. Perhaps in the past, you were numb and your emotion... in the past, you numbed your emotional awareness, and now you're feeling awake. That's it. You never paid attention to how they talked about people, what they do, their bad habits. You're becoming aware of their habits before yours. That's where that projection comes in real gross. You're seeing them, not you. You're seeing yourself apart from them, not realizing you're one of them. You haven't gone through the healing right now. You just know you got to get away from them because you're no longer like them. But you're disassociating that you are. In this moment, you still are, but you're awakening to where I've got to get away from them. The next part is you're going to have to realize you are them. But why were you them? That's hard too. That's very hard. It's like you can't stand your family, but you realize they were your family forever, and you used to be so tight, and there was never even a problem. And why didn't I even see this? And why didn't I ever see this? It's the awakening. It's very painful, and it happens all the time. God opens your eyes, and it hurts. It's blinding. The truth is so blinding and painful, because it's only you that sees it. You might try to go tell someone what you saw, but they're going to think you're crazy, or, no, you're tripping, you're exaggerating. They're not really acting like that. It's not that serious. You're like, no, this is a whole, nah, Nika, nah. You don't see what I see. You don't get the eyes I see. I'm telling you, they're not a good person. Like, you're tripping, bro. You're tripping, bro. Nah, bro. That was, It happens, bro. Yes, let's see. The most important relationship of all of this is with yourself. So you need to take care of your feelings and the needs in this situation. Yes, relationships involve compromise, but ultimately, if you're denying yourself happiness, this will have a negative impact on your relationship. That goes back to all my men. Whatever she's not giving him, he's not happy, and he's going to keep searching outside of himself. And that's easy for Russ. Bitch, you don't give him the right attention, so he needs it from everywhere else but you. You can't give him what he needs. And if you don't let him heal himself, oh, hell. But it goes both ways. He can't give her enough affection, attention, and material world to keep her. They are exactly like each other, dude. They are... gross. Therefore, let me just move on. But ultimately, if you're denying yourself happiness, this will have a negative impact on your relationship. And that's Bobby. It's like it's in the messages. His feelings don't matter. All that matters is his kids have a happy life. How the fuck are they having a happy life with an unhappy, you're just sitting there faking your relationship. You're faking a marriage. How are they going to know what happiness is when you haven't shown them? Therefore, you are guided to be honest with yourself about your needs, even if it means working with a counselor for support. And that's it too. It's like, oh, he's not going to be happy. Royce wants to, be a good husband. Not to her. You're just trying to make up for being a bad husband. Being a good husband isn't work. It just comes out naturally. You're trying to make your relationship something it wasn't, or make up for what it wasn't. Most of you. I don't care. Get mad at me. Then you got Logic and his wife. Yeah, they seem like they have a happy life, right? You see him out and about with his wife and his children, just like Nate, right? Just like Kanye, right? Right? I mean, every single time that Russ takes his out, they got to post pictures at every restaurant and every place. But you see how he loves her. The only way he can love her is out in public, spending money on her, obscene amounts of money on her and his family. As you make changes, all of your relationships will be affected. It's time for you to sort through your feelings about each of them to bring healthy balance into your life. Additional meaning you just do this for your mom because you're guilted into it. I'm seeing my ex-husband's mother-in-law. Like his mom, his grandmother, she has a job as a what is she? She helps elderly, right? She's whatever. She takes care of elderly people. Now, she herself is like 70 to 80 years old. She does this full time, right? I can't remember the word for it. Whatever, right? That's a good paying job. And she's been doing it for 30, 40 years. Whatever. She's worked for the same company. She works 5 days a week, whatever, however many days a week she works. But yeah, this woman can never pay her bills. She has a gambling problem, and my ex-husband's mother has to pay all her bills. No, she goes between all of her kids asking for money. They're all grown. She's 60, 70 years old with a full-time job, but still can't pay her bills. And all of her kids are allowing this to be. You better put that bitch in a home. Put that bitch in a home. She is taking advantage of, you know what I mean? At her old age, she has not learned any kind of financial budgeting to where you are enabling her bad behaviors, and it is hurting your families. You are taking out of your family's pockets your money for your families to enable her bad behaviors that she hasn't learned in 70 fucking years. I don't know why Bobby Rawson can't pay her bills. She lives in Oklahoma. She owns her home. Why can't she keep gas and food when she has a full-time job? Because she has an addiction to gambling. And her kids allow her to gamble all her money and then pay for her to have food and for her bills. If you stop paying her fucking bills and she finds out what the consequence is for gambling her money, she might think twice if she's hungry. She might think twice if the lights go off. But if you keep bailing her out of it, and that's Mr. Plum and his sister. She is married. Both of them are on Social Security, same as Mr. Plum. They have 2 Social Security fucking checks coming in. But Mr. Plum has to pay their fucking bills every month. Because they don't fucking budget right. They know that if they spend their money, they can come to you and you won't say no. They have not learned their fucking lessons. All right? Now you're about to die. You're the eldest. And you're going to give it all to her so she can squander it and go hungry. You never give her enough. There's never enough, Mr. Plum. Never enough. No matter how much you give her, she's going to need money next month. You're enabling this. And by doing it, you are hurting yourself. You go without food. You go without entertainment. You go without. You worked your whole life for your retirement, and you give your retirement to people that haven't learned how to retire properly, haven't learned life lessons. This is not your job. And I told him that, and he got very upset. Your parents are not proud of you taking care of her like this. And in essence, they failed her, if this is what they raised her to be. Your parents failed her, and you're enabling her. She's 60-something years old. And all she's done is marry for money. And this one doesn't have the money, and now it's his job to take care of not only hers, and she told him, get divorced, move back in my house, I'll help you. That makes more sense than paying for your marriage. That goes back to Russ. Russ's sister doesn't have a job. Russ's mom doesn't have a job. Russ's dad doesn't have a job. None of them. Russ's brother is supposedly a physical trainer. None of them have jobs, but have all of this fast lifestyle. His sister literally just went from Florida to Atlanta to now she's in Jersey. Who's paying for this? She does not have a job. Who is paying for her college, for her house, for her travel, for her cars, for her clothes, for her food? And she eats very healthy. Who is paying for her Pilates? Is it her father? She's over 20 years old. Who's paying for this lavish lifestyle for her? Russ is paying for his mother, so who's paying for hers? Guys, come on. Come on, man. You built this city, and now you've locked yourself in it. You need to burn it down. All of the people that I mentioned are all grown that can get a fucking job and learn how to survive on their own. And if they don't, you're not doing them a justice. What happens when they have sex and then have children that they can't take care of? And come running to you because you feel bad for them. You don't want to see them go without. But you can let everyone else go without. You can't let her go without, a first-class ticket and nice clothes. But you can let everyone else go hungry. And that goes back to our 10-day forecast, your possessions and sharing. You're overextending yourselves to the wrong people, karmic people that are taking advantage of you, that have been doing it since you were a child. Because you can't say no to them. And even if you did, they'd guilt you for saying no, and then they'd run and ask someone else because these people haven't learned their lessons, and it's not your lesson. If you want to go back to God. God, these are your children. This is how you raise them. I don't even blame your parents anymore. I blame God. This is the evolved race. And then he comes back and is like, they don't listen. Obviously, you don't. You have to stop this, or it will never stop. You're not here for everybody else's enjoyment in life. You're here to enjoy your life. It's not about being selfish. It's about being centered. As you make changes, all your relationships, blah, 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 blah. Additional meaning, moving your relationship in a healthier direction. A healed relationship with yourself, individual or a marital counseling. A new person entering the picture, changing the dynamics of other relationships. Heavy work, bro. Heavy. If you do it, you get the windfall. You do all this work, there's all these blessings, bro. On page 100 and 101. Positive change in your finances is indicated by this card. Although the newfound abundance may be unexpected, it definitely serves a purpose in your life. Your prayers for support have been heard and answered, and now it is your role to utilize the windfall in the most beneficial way. Pray and meditate to have the strength to say no to distracting influences that could squander your resources. You have access to divine wisdom to guide your investments so that you can continue to support your health, happiness, and mission. I'm seeing Mike Stud. He made a story about it. Mike got fucked. He lost his whole business out of being generous to his best friend. His best friend is all in there. He was taking private jets and he was eating all this great shit. And Mike's like, I eat fucking Chipotle, bro, every day. I don't buy new clothes. I can't even pronounce the fucking designers. This guy took all my hard work and had a lavish lifestyle off my hard work. Just because I was his friend. I didn't even see what he was doing. Dude, Mike went into complete financial failure. His friend literally wiped him out. And he had to recover it. But then what did he do? He kept the same friends, bro. You may not have seen Foley do it, but they did. That's what you don't get, motherfucker. You were all friends. Just because, you know what I mean? The rest of the disciples knew that Judas was betraying Jesus too. And they stood there and let him get away with it. They didn't tell you sooner. None of your friends stopped your friend from raping and robbing you. And for you to think they didn't know, you're one ignorant motherfucker. If you didn't know what this friend was up to, what makes you think that you know what your other friends were up to? And just because this friend's gone, what, you think that they weren't up to the same shit? You did this. You brought all these people into your life. All of you do. You brought in this fucking entourage of hanger-ons. They get paid to be your friend, bro. You're paying for friendship and for love. Did that woman invest in your come up? Do you know why they helped you rebuild it? Because if they didn't, they were going to lose everything. You're their bread and butter. They had to help you rebuild it. Because without you, there's no them. Mike Stud, you're no different from the rest of them, bro. You're just more ignorant to the bullshit. And that's what got you raped. Most of all, do not allow any fluctuations in your finances to stress you, as you have the power to be at peace no matter what's going on around you. And as you emancipate peace, so too do you attract all that you need. And that's it. Desperation attracts desperation. Paying off debts, a healthy and positive change in spending habits, learning how to receive. And that's it. You're out there trying to provide, so you're not going to be able to be provided for. That's a long lesson upon itself. Well, the butterflies had lots to say. We went through a lot of lessons. I'm going to leave it there and put the rest of this away. Remember, the beginning was to go outside, get some energy, go clean out your mind and clean out your body. That's what that all is about grounding. And, in the beginning of the dark night of the soul is Gaia. Go out into the garden again. Go back to the Garden of Eden. Leave the world, leave the matrix, and go back to the Garden of Eden and hear God's voice again. Okay? Hey, I love you. I'm going to eat something. We're going to go hang out at Cherry Creek Reservoir for a little while if you want to stalk me. See me in my beautiful bathing suit. I'm going to try to see. I'm going to work on it. I'm not chasing shit. I'm going to take my ass to the water and call in a guy with a boat. Why? I want you guys to get on a boat. I've been on a boat. My fucking family are fishermen from Florida, bro. They fish with a fucking spear. Are you kidding? It's in my nature, bro. Do I eat fish? Not really. Fish sticks and shit. Hey, love yous. I know, see, right? If I would have been raised by my family instead of the wolves, I'd have some, better fucking traits than just street knowledge. Hey, thug life though, bro. That's what I really needed. I wasn't really gonna be out here spearing fish. Poseidon and shit. Let the Kraken out. I mean, we were on the, we're in the streets. I got the right raisin. California raisin. California dreaming. Dude, the mamas and the papas. I'm hearing all kinds of great stuff. I'm going to the lake. Laters, haters.